This is a story about a small town pastor. One morning he walked out onto the church grounds and found, a dead mule lying right there in the grass. So the pastor did the responsible thing. He called the health department. They said, "Reverend, we're sorry, but we can't pick it up without authorization from the mayor." So the pastor calls the mayor's office. The mayor, being a little irritated, gets on the phone and says, "Pastor, why are you bothering me with a dead mule? Besides, isn't burying the dead supposed to be your department?" The pastor said, "Yes, Mayor, it is my job to bury the dead, but I always like to notify the next of kin first." A firefighter was working on the engine outside the station when he noticed a little girl nearby in a little red wagon with little ladders hung off the sides and a garden hose tightly coiled in the middle. The girl was wearing a firefighter's helmet. The wagon was being pulled by her dog and her cat. The firefighter walked over to take a closer look. "That sure is a nice fire truck," the firefighter said with admiration. "Thanks," the girl replied. The firefighter looked a little closer. The girl had tied the wagon to her dog's collar and to the cat's testicles. "Little partner," the firefighter said, "I don't want to tell you how to run your rig, but if you were to tie that rope around the cat's collar, I think you could go faster." The little girl replied thoughtfully, "You're probably right, but then I wouldn't have a siren." A man decides to seek help from a psychiatrist due to his drinking habits. As he settles down on the cozy couch in the psychiatrist's office, the doctor kindly asks, "Can you please share with me the reason behind your drinking?" Taking a deep breath, the man replies, "Absolutely. Let me explain. It all started when I made the decision to get married, and perhaps that wasn't the best choice. You see, I fell in love with a widow who had a grown daughter. That daughter soon became my stepdaughter." Continuing the story, he adds, "Then, to make things more interesting, my own dad came to visit us. Surprisingly, he fell head over heels for my stepdaughter, and they ended up getting married, making my stepdaughter my stepmother. Now, to make matters even more complicated, my wife and I had a son. Naturally, he became the brother of my stepmother since she's the daughter of my dad's new wife. So, my stepdaughter, who is now my stepmother, became my son's aunt. Are you still following?" The psychiatrist nods, intrigued by the intricate family dynamics. The man continues, "But wait, there's more. Since my new son is the brother of my stepmother, he's also my uncle. Adding to the complexity, my wife is now both my stepmother and my step-grandmother, thanks to her being the mother of my stepmother. And of course, let's not forget that my stepmother herself is also my stepdaughter." The psychiatrist's eyes widened, understanding the mind-boggling situation. Then, finally, interrupts him. "I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to stop you right there." "Why?" asks the man. The doctor replies, "Because I need a drink."